We're at Home Depot getting the materials to build the coop. We are making the chicken coop. You're watching American Roots. T111 2x4s and hardware cloth. We are going to do 36 from the wall out. We're going to do 48 wide and a 12-inch rise off the ground. That way our hardware cloth will fit the width and we can just roll it out. We have 25 feet, so we'll go out 4 feet. So we are going to do a 6-foot tall coop. A 12-inch rise would give us a 5-foot interior in the coop. We're gonna put a box on the outside, and we already had that material from the last coop that we built. We had the door, so that'll be how wide the door is to the boxes.
Get your saw blade on the side. This lever will loosen basically your fence, so you slide that up. And you go to the lowest point on the blade to your line. Use your speed square as a fence, just to start this first bottom line and maybe to finish the top line, but the ones in the middle don't necessarily need to be straight because you're going to chip all them out anyway. Good and tight. Good and loose. Whatever. Really. So 1.5. Whatever that is. So it's 2 inches. There should be 1 in there.
Should be 1.5. You should be at 3.5.
3.5. Thanks.
I got this paint for $9 in the Oops section at Home Depot, and we are gonna go for it. It's like a burnt umber. It's not my favorite, but it's not the worst.
It's also,
and it's like a garage floor epoxy. So I think it's gonna...
One-step epoxy.
Yeah, one-step epoxy. It's got primer in it, and I think it's going to hold up to the weather elements nicely. Feels on really nice. It's not like I have to sit here and keep applying and applying. Really did.
How's that fit? Good?
Yeah, I just need to be flush over here. There we go. We're good. That one fits real nice.
How's it look on the other side? What'd you do to your thumb?
Sliced it with a chisel. And I didn't really even do anything. I just tapped it.
They're sharp.
And it sliced me good. That's for sure. Now that I've got the boards painted for the top, I think I'm ready to attach those. We are using a lot of the materials we had from the other coops. There was a couple things that we really liked. One of which was these were the pieces from our bed. We turned them into roosting poles, and what I'm gonna do is paint them red to match, but I think I'll leave the black legs. Give a little style to the chickens. This morning, my job is going to be painting the backside of the T111. I got the front side painted yesterday, and I want to have it dry today before Joe cuts it, or I cut it. But we want to get the coop finished today, and it's just rapidly going to be intense today. There's like a record-breaking heat wave. It's nothing out of the ordinary that we haven't seen in Arizona. I really like the way that this covers. It's very easy to apply. It doesn't need a whole lot of coats. I mean, you could do 2, and that of course would be ideal, but it covers really well with just 1. This is that garage floor coating that we got. I paid $9 for it, $9. The concrete and garage 1-part epoxy coating. And what's funny is the color kind of dried almost like a brick color. So it's actually turning out to be quite nice. So Joe wants to make this into a barn door. We're gonna trim it out in white and then hang it up so that I would have a full clean out on one side where I could open the whole thing and clean the pin out. We're trying to decide right now, do we put mesh on 2 sides? The roosting box is gonna be outside of the coop. So that's gonna be 1 full side. And then we're trying to figure out where to hang the roosting bars. I didn't want it to be crazy heavy by making it out of just 2x4s. So by using the 2x2s and then using a 2x4 to support it, I feel like that's a great frame.
Screw it like that.
Perfect. I like that. We have 1 side with mesh on it. This will be the side that's against the wall. We are gonna put T111 right there on the top. This is where the box is gonna go. fantastic. Looks great. So I didn't measure properly when I first put that stud in, so we had to take it out and drop it down. And it worked out better because now the box has something to kind of cleat into.
Nail it.
And we're gonna put the lid brackets right there. We've decided to do is we went last night and got another piece of T111 and a couple trim boards. I'm going to trim out everything in bright white. And so I'm going to work on that today while Joe's working. These boards are purple on the ends, or sprayed or stamped or whatever purple, because this is coal wood. So I got this wood for 70% off. So I paid $4 for both of these pieces of trim. This one is a little bowed. I'm gonna paint them all and then let Joe cut it and use it wherever he can. Maybe we could use this on like a Z piece on the barn door or something. I try to use coal wood as much as possible because when you're building things like outdoor areas, I feel like that the cheaper you can do it, the better. So you're gonna have to end up replacing it or whatever. So you just still treat it, but for whatever reason, a little bit bent or whatever, 70% off. That's my price tag. This sheet of T111 needs to cut out we need to cut out the front part of the box for that. So I'm gonna measure. So I didn't look, and I just discovered that the board is not even, so I have a different measurement at the end versus down here. I need to cut the board even and measure again. So Joe taught me how to make a fence using our 4-foot level. Since the piece of wood I'm using is 48 inches, it makes it really easy to mark off the spot. I also wanted to make sure that the clamps are out of the way for the motor of the saw. Well, that was a fail. I ended up doing the same exact thing that was done before because I'm just not tall enough. Ugh. I guess it's not that much of a divot. I could use that on the bottom. Just makes me mad. Ugh. Or I could measure and do it again, but I'm not tall enough. So it doesn't matter what I do. It seems like it's silly. Ugh. What's causing it is I'm going under the fence. All All right, I'm gonna try this again. The third time's the charm. It's all a learning experience. I had no idea that it would go under the fence. I guess that happened to Joe the other day and I just wasn't thinking about it. But now I know what to keep track of. So let's try again. I got it all measured out and now I'm gonna just try to keep it straight, keep it out from under the fence and just keep it on that line. I think I got it. So I need to touch up the part where it ripped, but it's straight. It's what it needs to do. Now I can measure. I'm definitely feeling more confident with the saw, using it more and more. It's helped, definitely getting behind it. This is the cover for the chicken box. I measured, it is 30 3/4 from the bottom to the top. So I used the tape measure, measured from the bottom to that board and screwed it in. This is where I'm going to attach the screen mesh all the way around, and then I'm going to use the T111 right up here, just like I did on the back side. I have put 2 poles in there, 2 studs, and one is 15.5 from the bottom and the other matches right up over there. So I'm gonna cover this in the hardware cloth and then I can start to hang the roosting poles. Last night when we went to Home Depot, we got 3 of these trim boards and they were $1 a piece. It helps so much when you have something to do, and I have to say, this board, let's see if I can get a straight shot of it. It does not look bad at all. It is not bananaed. Doesn't have any weird, I mean, that one has a little tiny bit, but we can cut it at the knot. Great score for $1. Because we put this board back here, you'll have a direct nailer. We're working on trimming out the door right now. We got the pitch cut. That side is complete. We just need the top to the chicken box finished. And Joe's working on it, covering the gap. So that's where we're at right now. We only have one more side and the door. We are coming along nicely. We started trimming out the box for the eggs, and we did get the roofing somewhat put down. He didn't want to put it all the way down last night it was just getting late, but we needed to come up with a solution because it's very sharp. But we got all the walls in. We got the chicken box all secure. And I bought eyelet hooks for the door. That is the chicken run door. We're building the barn door right now. So Joe is framing that in. I'm not happy with that at all. This looks like junk. So he made a frame for the door, and that is going to attach right here to this side. And that's gonna be my clean out.
Probably should use a longer shim, but it's winging it, dog.
It's all right. Get her done. It's 117 today. We've got a door better than before.
Trim will stop it up here.
Nice job.
Work on the trim. Perfect.
Nice.
When I can caulk that, you can paint it. And then I'll just figure out down here what we can latch it here.
Yep, that's a good idea.
That's down.
Latch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are on the home stretch finishing this. I'm gonna paint the inside and get that done. So the chickens have found, we've been wetting this area, and we have found that they are digging a hole and then all of them hanging out down there to stay cool. Espresso is the biggest chicken that we have, and apparently running the roost in here. We ended up tearing apart the lid, remaking it out of a piece of T111. The shiplap that we were using was warped, but the screws that came with the handle will pull through the T111. So I'm gonna switch out the screws to these shorter ones. The ones that they came with were this size, and it's gonna push through the T111, but see how the head is white? This one is silver. I know, I'm a perfectionist, but I'm gonna use these tiny screws so that it doesn't go through. And I put this faux piece of trim here so I would know how far to screw it without having the trim there yet. She's on straight. I can take the trim off, and that way my door works right now. Nice. This is the chicken door we ordered, and Joe is having to modify the hole because we put a hole in there before we ever thought about a chicken door.
17. I need 2 of those. That's good.
Now the door says not to install it with a drill, correct? Okay. And you
It'll bind
don't,
up.
you said don't put the screws in all the way either.
Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna use I'm not gonna put them all the way. 7 and 15/16. That should be a t-shirt too. Okay. Okay, you like that?
Now it said, just so anyone watching, not to use a drill gun, but he's not going in all the way. And he'll finish it so that you still don't put the head of the screw all the way down, because it will prevent the door from opening.
Yeah, it'll just pinch
But
it down.
if you've ever used a screwdriver by hand, it's hard to drive it in.
That's like I'm missing one.
It's in your mouth. I'm missing one. But you gotta be really careful, because you could crack the door or keep it from opening.
Yeah, it's metal. That's what I do like about it.
Not the recommended installation.
It's working. Alright,
Very good. Pull the tab.
sweet. I was trying to open. Now what happened?
I don't know.
Nothing for it. Not too tight anyway. Oh, it's the light. Come on out, chickens.
It's dark.
You ain't got time once it's dark.
So it's about 5:30. The chicken door has not opened yet. Sun's just starting to come up. Espresso is out to determine pecking order. So at 5:41 it tried to open, but the shelf that we put there kept it from opening. So I gotta take it off. So now I don't know how to get it to open. Let me see. Maybe if I shine light on it. So underneath there is a little button that you push, and that causes it to go down. I wonder if I press it, pressing the button again, makes it go up. There we go. First successful opening of the chicken door.
there.
It's pretty dark and the door still hasn't gone down. It's 8 o'clock. I would think the chicken should be in bed by now. Hit the button underneath.
Nice, chickies.
So we've been working on the coop and we finished it up last night, and today's the first day I get to bring the ladies into the coop so they get to see how it works. So I'm gonna come back here and get it ready. So Joe made their run. There's their door. I'm used to the barn door on this side, so I'll have to get used to that. We took the metal roofing off and put the extra T111. The metal roofing was very dangerous and sharp. I've got the egg box ready for my ladies. There's the barn door. And we still need to finish the trim, but the trim doesn't affect how it works. So we needed to, there's the inside, there's a couple of roosting poles. I can't find my tripod, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning, so I don't want to go around waking everybody up, which is what I tend to do best because I'm the one awake. So I'm going to try to film getting the chicks in here as best as possible so you can see. This is going to be exceptionally challenging. Let's see what we can do. Hi, ladies. Come here, little espresso. It's okay. There. Check out these new digs. You're like, what is going on? What is this new place? There you go, ladies. There you go. Let me get you your water and your food. Any takers? Good job, ladies. You're so smart. Ladies, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, ladies. I put worms on the entrance to the run so that they can get used to walking up there, and I think we need to put another white board at the very bottom. So their little feet, look at little Sade getting up there. There goes KK. Espresso's underneath. Good job, Sade. Get up there. Such a smart girl. Look at you, getting all the fines. 'Cause you're smart. Oh, look, there we go. Miss Kitty over there. I'm gonna put some right up here. Good job, ladies. Trying to get them to come in the coop. I think that it's confused right now. The weather is like 89 degrees and blowing this beautiful cool breeze. It's very rare. I don't know what this is, but I'm not complaining. I'll take it. I've been out here with the chicks all morning and trying to get them used to working with their run, going up and down their little ladder, and they seem to be picking it up pretty well. They have wet soil. This was my mom's garden area last year and the year before. And so when she took apart the beds, she just took apart the bed and let the soil fall. Well, we have kind of been letting them play around in that and keep cool. And as you can see, Espresso over there, they love the grass, but they really like digging in this cool dirt, and it really helps keep them cool. So the last thing we need to do is we need to work on this lid. I think I'm gonna cut it and make it fit exact. I'm gonna let these ladies do their thing, and I'm gonna get ready for our trip. Until next time, thanks for watching. We pray you're blessed, and we'll see you soon.